Alright, it's kind of difficult to see with a picture how well some of these plants are doing because of all the flowers in the background. So, see if I can give a 360. This is my red cayenne, or one of my red cayennes. As you can see, there's peppers already started coming in already. I think that's the furthest along any plant is, followed up by, this is my, I think it's called Red Devil, Demon Red. And it's got, as you can see, tons and tons of peppers on it. There's two in this planter. I couldn't separate them, unfortunately. I definitely have ideas for future for separating now that I've got some experience. This season I really didn't want to rip the roots from each other, but I have some ideas for next season. And these are dwarf. This is a dwarf plant, so hence why it's so tiny compared to, like, even the cayenne. These leaves are tiny compared to oh geez, what's this one? This isn't my other cayenne, is it? It is, actually. It is. So this is the Rista cayenne. This is a red cayenne. I don't know. Rista cayenne hybrid. So I'm not sure exactly what it's crossed with or anything, but something that's really neat about this plant is, check out all this growth up here. Let's see if I can give you a good shot. Look at all that. That's crazy. It's just a cluster bunch. I don't want to say any swear words, but if I can get in here, look at that. So there's a whole bunch of Y's in here, as you can see, and it's just like, I might have to actually prune some of the inside away, because it's just crazy. And then as you go down, like the leaves, it has these really gigantic leaves coming off, which is really interesting. I've never seen it quite in that shape before. It's very much like hooked almost, and then then we got these like offshoots here, so ideally I would like to do some light stress training with this one. If I had like maybe a tomato cage, maybe I could get a tomato cage and put that around it, and then just get a bunch of ties, some soft ties, to kind of pull these back a bit to open this inside up, because it's like really clustered, for lack of better terminology. Not sure if there's a better word to use, but yeah. And you can see as well, due to some of the shapes of these leaves, that they've definitely been attacked by some mites, is what I've noticed some of these plants have. So thankfully the plants have outgrown a lot of the damage that was caused. I noticed it was really like hindering the performance early on, but thankfully, I up-potted them, a bunch of these plants, and they've just really been pushing through, trekking through. But I think that's kind of why we have this cluster going on here, because we had the mite damage, and then it just kept popping out these little spots and kept getting damaged. So yeah, it didn't have like the best structure on the top. Then on to my favorite that I have planted, which is an Armageddon plant. So I think it's the UK's hottest commercial chili. It comes in around 1 million Scoville. I think more than 1 million, but I think the average is 1 million, something like that. It's extremely hot. It's kind of like a milder Reaper, I would say. It's very flavorful as well, but most people cannot eat it, and I do not suggest people just eat it by itself. You're gonna want to use just a small piece in whatever you're cooking, or a whole one in a large batch of something that you're making. But definitely don't, be like, oh, I can handle it, and then take a bite of it, unless even if it is a smaller one. I was going to say, unless it's a smaller one, but even if it is a smaller one, you want to be careful. What's this that we got here? What do we got there? A little bug of some sort. Gonna have to look up what that is. Hopefully it's a ladybug larva, what do you call it? A ladybug, you know, in its earlier stages, but it doesn't look exactly like it, so I'm not 100% sure. But you can really tell with this one, you can really tell with this plant, it's got tons of damage due to those mites. One of the plants, actually two of the plants that I got came with aphids on them. Really bummed me out. I don't know if it was from the person's house that was holding the plants for me, or if it was from the farm that they came from, or the store that they came from, or whatever. But yeah, and I don't want to shout them out just in case it was, you know, one or the other. So, but it wasn't this plant that had it. It was this one. It was this one, this red Cayenne. What was this? This was supposed to be my Jamaica Red. Oh no, this is a Hungarian Wax hot pepper plant, which again, it's got this crazy cluster thing going on here. Not really the greatest space. It really got ravaged by aphids and stuff like that early on. So it definitely needs some light stress training, and as well as I just keep coming in and I keep pulling these leaves apart. Just pulling them down, just trying to separate it all so it can get, you know, so it's not all stuck together in here. So that would just be brutal. Absolutely brutal. We want to get some air through there. Yeah, what's next here? This one I think is the Jamaica Red Hot. Yes, it is. I know because the tag is kind of non-visible anymore. But yeah, this one's supposed to be more like a Scotch bonnet, closer to that Scotch bonnet habanero type of pepper. The growth of the plant is very strange to me. It wasn't exactly it doesn't look how I thought it was going to, and it doesn't look like the Jamaica Red Hots that I grew in previous years. I definitely grew some last year, and it definitely didn't look like this. The Jamaica Red Hots were more like the Armageddons, but shorter. Armageddons get like taller and with this leaf shape, whereas the Scotch bonnets that I'm used to were a little shorter in size and bushier. So, but you know, I could be wrong. But yeah, Jamaica Red Hot is this one here. I said that was the Hungarian Wax. This is another Armageddon. As you can tell, just like look at the leaves. They're just super curled. They've been damaged from those gosh darn mites. Really have been sucking the life out of some of these plants. I have to constantly go through and look for where they are. I've been finding them lower on the bottom recently, but there haven't been too many. I think there's probably enough insects in the area that should be able to take care of it at this time of year, but you know, I could be completely wrong, mistaken as well, because at the end of the day, it still is the city. It's not like I'm at my parents' place, which is out in the country, which has definitely its own pest control there, which I really love and miss. But yeah, you know, we do what we do, right? So yeah, that was another Armageddon. Also, by the way, I've skipped over a bunch of tomato plants. Cherry tomato, so white cherry, bicolor cherry. These three small ones down here are just regular tomato plants. When I say regular tomato, I mean it was just a tomato that I got from, I don't know if it was the grocery store or if it was the food bank. I think it was the food bank. So, kind of like a beefsteak type of tomato. can't be guaranteed on the variety though. Oh yeah, I guess my basil plant there. That was just a cutting actually from Home Depot. I just literally just pinched off a piece about that big and brought it home, stuck it in dirt, and this is what we've got so far from it. I should be taking a little more off it to, so it produces more leaves and whatnot. And I could do something with the leaves. I could freeze them if I want to, or I could dehydrate them. This is my sage plant. Again, same thing. Well, not the same thing. This is from my actual community garden. I think it needs more space to root, but it seems like it keeps losing a bunch of leaves. Like this is all covered in leaves. Obviously, it can't support all those leaves, right? But there was another stem here that came out, and then this one as well. It was much longer. It bent on the way over though, and I had to take it off because it broke. Same with this one. This one was much longer, and this was like the little piece, which has actually grown a little bit. So I have faith that this will root at some point, just not sure when. You see, we had a little mite there. They get in these cups and they just sit there and like run around in circles. That's one good thing where I can see them, get rid of them. Dill, this was from my parents' house, I believe. It was just a little tiny dill that I found in the ground, and I took it hoping that it would root. Doesn't seem to be doing too well. These are apple trees, which I've grown from seed. They look like they're doing, not too bad, but I really don't know what I'm doing with them. And they've been in really moist soil for the most part. I did up pot them from smaller containers into these bigger ones, so hopefully that helps a little bit, because they did have quite a decent root structure. They definitely had the tree type of roots, which is that brown root, as opposed to like the white root of like these plants. So you can tell, I guess it would be like, it's like a wood root or something. Anyways, I'm getting distracted here. So my next pepper plant that I wanted to show y'all, so it's gonna be way too long a video. This one's a lemon drop here. This one I'm actually most excited for because I've never grown lemon drop before. Not sure, this one kind of seems like something's up with it a bit. The leaves are kind of looking a little like sad, this is limping over a little bit. This one's a little droopy too. I'm not sure if that's just, if it's something in there or what, but yeah, see, look, we can figure that out though as we go. Might just need get some nutrients or something. 2 more tomato plants. This one's a blueberry cherry tomato. I think this one is as well. Yeah, blueberry cherry tomato. And that again was one of the ones that I grew from seed. This is a Habanero Orange right here. So actually, looking at this, oh look, we got a ladybug. Hells yes. Okay, cool. So that makes me think that we might actually have that other one over there might be the ladybug larva. So sweet. Hello, my friend. I hope we can get some good business going between us. Hopefully you're having a good time eating a lot of those mites for me. That would be really helpful and appreciative. Okay, so just something quick with this plant here. Again, this is 2 in the pot. Like I said before, I was too afraid to separate them. Didn't want to damage the roots. So I put them, all the ones that I have 2 in the pot that I didn't manage to separate, I did put them in larger pots, hoping that I would be able to just basically like bend them. I put like a rock in there or something to just kind of split them and then kind of bend them to different sides, hoping that they would just grow out to those sides and not too much in the middle. This one seems to not be doing that as much. It was growing out to the side, but you can see the hook. It was growing out this way, and then it kind of hooked back to stand straight up, which is kind of neat. I guess it gives it a solid somewhat solid of a base. And then this one is growing out to the side. This side's really doing well. Really, really doing well. Very impressed by it. Maybe I should turn it though. This plant probably would benefit. There we go. There. We don't want all of our plants to be like touching and hugging each other and stuff. We want them to have a little bit of space. We want them to be able to breathe, get some airflow between them, and you know, yeah, we don't want any excess humidity in there. Okay, then the last two plants, again, it's another double in the pot. This one is, oh geez, what do I have left here? Sriracha? I think this one's Sriracha, and then the one on the left is Tabasco. Yeah, Sriracha. So, Sriracha again, 2 in the pot. I tried to do it. There was a rock there. It didn't, it's gone, obviously. So I need to kind of get it a little separated a little bit. Maybe there's a way. It'd be nice if I could get some sort of cage put on it, and then I could do some light stress training with it. But it is what it is, I guess, you know. And then this one's Tabasco, which I never got any actual peppers from last year. So this year I'm really excited to actually get something from it. Yeah, it is Tabasco, yeah. But again, it's doing this like curling over thing, like kind of hanging there. I don't know why it's doing that. It's really making me look sad and depressed. I don't know if it's just trying to grow out the sides or if it's been damaged by something. Oh look, there's evidence of some insect on those leaves. Oh jeez, I don't know. There's definitely been something bothering it though. You can see the leaf curl as well. Looks like something's sucking the life out of it. Which I hope's not the case. It's probably those gosh darn mites though. Anyways, this is getting on to 15 minutes. So, oh, never mind. It's past that. It's at 17 and a half minutes. Wow. And then if you notice all these like little orange things on the plants, that's just from the trees around me. There was a day where it was like really windy and wet. There's a better shot right there. And that stuff just kind of just came down. It's what's on the ground there. But it's not the end of the world. It doesn't seem to be bad, you know. So if anything, I was thinking of using some as a mulch layer. So, but yeah, I figured I wanted to give you a little more of a personal, zoomed in approach to my peppers, because every time I've been taking pictures of them with the green in the background, which is like the flowers are beautiful and everything, don't get me wrong, it's really nice, but it's hard to see the peppers. So yeah, but you know what, another amazing thing is of having these flowers here is we get more pollinators. Definitely get more pollinators, which is great to give some, you know, help to some of these tomatoes and peppers. I know peppers self-pollinate, but you know, it's always nice to get some love from all the little insects and bugs and stuff. So yeah, it's my little garden that I got going on this year. Definitely better than last year's, I feel. And excited for the future, excited for what I'm gonna get. Looks like it should be a pretty decent pepper harvest. So yeah, give me a shout in the comments if you think that I need to separate any of these plants a bit, or if I should prune any, or if you got any suggestions for any problems that you might see with my plants. I'm all ears. I'm always open to learning. Especially this one. This one's like just, I don't get it. It's been like super damaged where it doesn't seem to be growing up anymore. Oh, was that one? Look, found one. Oh, Jesus. That was a quick guy. Damn it. yeah, so as you can just see just with that example there, they're just sucking the life out of it. Like, look at the leaf. It doesn't even look happy at all. It looks terrible. The color's just not happy. So anyways, I'm gonna have to go and find that little bugger wherever he went, teach him who's boss around here, because yeah, I don't like what they're doing to my plants. And I'm gonna get the ladybug. Maybe I'll put the ladybug after him. That's what I'll do, because it's just going for a walk, so around the edge of that rim there. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time.